leaving behind her husband and children without a second thought. In the heart of Africa, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush forests, there existed a village steeped in tradition and wisdom. In this village lived a woman named Isioma, whose beauty was rivaled only by her insatiable greed and foolishness. Isioma was married to Olu, a hard-working man, respected by all who knew him. Despite his efforts to provide for their family, Isioma's desires knew no bounds. She coveted riches and possessions, caring little for the well-being of her loved ones. One fateful day, a traveler arrived in the village, bearing tales of a mystical tree hidden deep within the forest. It was said that this tree bore fruits of unparalleled value, capable of granting wealth and prosperity to those who dared to seek them. Driven by her relentless greed, Isioma embarked on a journey to the unknown, leaving behind her husband and children without a second thought. Guided only by the traveler's cryptic directions and her own selfish desires, she ventured deeper into the dense forest. Days turned into night as Isioma pressed on, her determination fueled by the promise of untold riches. At long last, she stumbled upon the fabled tree, its branches laden with shimmering fruits that seemed to beckon her closer. With trembling hands, Isioma plucked the fruit from the tree, marveling as it transformed into a gleaming golden nugget in her grasp. Ignoring any sense of caution, she greedily filled her pockets with as many fruits as she could carry, heedless of the consequences. But as she turned to leave, a voice like thunder shook the ground beneath her feet. It was the guardian of the forest, a powerful spirit tasked with protecting the tree from those who would exploit its magic for selfish gain. The guardian admonished Isioma for her greed and recklessness, warning her of the dire consequences of her actions. But Isioma, blinded by her desire for wealth, scoffed at the guardian's words and defiantly attempted to leave the forest. Yet, as she emerged from the woods, a sight greeted her that filled her heart with dread. The village lay in ruins, its people suffering from famine and despair. In her absence, a great drought had ravaged the land, leaving nothing but devastation in its wake. Realization dawned upon Isioma as she beheld the consequences of her selfishness. She had abandoned her family and her community in pursuit of her own desires. And now, she was left with nothing to show for it but remorse. But in her darkest hour, Isioma found a glimmer of hope. With newfound humility and determination, she resolved to make amends for her past transgressions. Returning to the village, she vowed to walk alongside her husband and neighbors to rebuild what had been lost. Through tireless efforts and unwavering dedication, Isioma began to mend the wounds of her community. She planted crops, dug wells, and offered a helping hand to all who needed it, slowly earning back the trust and respect of those she had wronged. As the seasons passed, the village flourished once more, thanks to Isioma's newfound wisdom and compassion. Her journey from greed to redemption became a parable for generations to come, serving as a reminder of the dangers of selfishness and the transformative power of forgiveness. And so the tale of Isioma, the foolish and greedy wife, lived on, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the boundless capacity of redemption.